Today I am in my Library of Forgotten Artifacts journal, and this is one I haven't gone over on this channel yet, but it's one I started last year, and it's a place for me to, one, practice drawing, and two, learn some more about ancient artifacts that I find interesting. In the beginning, I was doing little bits of fiction as well to practice my fiction writing, but recently I've just switched over to writing about the artifact and drawing it. And so these are previous ones, and I'm not in this very frequently. As you can see, November 3rd, November 16th, and I think the next one is January, yeah. And so it's been a couple months since I've been in this. I really want to be in this notebook more. I just have so many journals that I'm not in all of them all the time. It's just impossible to keep up with all of them. So today I will be doing an entry in this journal, and I'll also be doing a review of acrylic markers that were sent to me by Arrtx. And this is the 60 colors acrylic marker set. You know how in some acrylic sets you have to push the nib in to get the ink flowing? This one doesn't require that at all. I'm actually a huge fan of Arrtx acrylic markers. In fact, I have purchased all of these with my own money. So you can see I do love their acrylic markers, and this set is different than this other set I've been collecting here. So to look at the pens, they are stored in these little trays here, very handy. And so this set is different, so I'm excited to try these. I'm not sure exactly if the ink is different or it's just the pen form itself. And so I will only be using these acrylic markers in my drawings today. I won't be touching my already massive collection here. And I actually have used Arrtx acrylic markers in previous entries. For example, I did use it in some parts here, like the dark browns. Used it there. These two in particular, I used the Arrtx acrylic markers heavily. So yeah, I'm excited to do a new entry with these. And maybe I'll just lay out all of the trays. That way I can see all of my options at once. Ooh, I love these color options. Okay, actually I'll scooch these down so you can see. These are all of my color options here. Very excited about the variety here. I did see that before using these, you should shake them well. If you see me shaking them, that's why, because I haven't used them yet, and so I definitely want to get nice, even flow, so I'll be shaking them before I use them. And I have another Midori notebook here where I test my colors before I place them on the page. That way I don't make any disastrous mistakes. And I do have my iPad here where I'm looking at all of my references. And for what I'm drawing today, I'm actually kind of torn. I'm not sure if I should do vases and pots and pottery, or if I should do sculptures of animals. I'm kind of leaning towards the vases today. I'll start with the vases. I guess I'll kind of collage them around the page, do a few on a page. So first one is a terracotta bowl. I feel like I'm doing these very small. Maybe I should start over and do it bigger, because that feels a bit too small for details. It's like double the size. Feels a little wonky. Like if this were set on a table, it wouldn't be straight, but then also the reference kind of looks that way too. It is very old though, so maybe wonky is not so far off. I actually think it's wider in the reference picture. This is making it look more cereal bowl size instead of like salad bowl size. I don't know. There we go. Sorry if you hear snorting in the background, that's just my dogs. Okay, I'm going to rotate this so I can get better arm movements. Flip it upside down. Sometimes flipping it upside down gives you a check on your proportions kind of abstracts it, so that way you can see your drawing for what it is and not for what you think you see, if that makes sense. Okay. It almost feels slightly angular right here. Then it's got this, I don't know if it's dirt or if this was originally glazed like this. Okay, that's the terracotta bowl. Next one, there is a glass jug. It's got this cool transparent look to it. It's also gloomy and rainy out today, so the light keeps changing. Also, whenever I draw these, I do try to make it look like the original reference, but I'm also pondering ways in which I want to represent the object. So I'm making artistic decisions, whether I'm simplifying something, taking out details, adding in details, deciding the colors. I'm kind of deciding the mood I want for it, or what I want the object to look like for me. So it's this balance of finding what I want it to look like and what it actually is. Because if I just photocopied the reference exactly how it is, that's kind of boring, and that's something that I used to do all the time. I would literally only draw from photo reference and always copied exactly as the photo had it. And that type of art sustained me for a while, but eventually I got tired of it. Like, what's the point of making these faithful recreations of a photo when a photo can do it just as well? Really, it felt just like a flex of talent or skill. To prove to yourself that you actually can draw something photorealistic. And after years of proving to myself that I could, I no longer wanted to. So I'm trying to stylize this in a way that feels true to me. I don't know if any of this is making sense to you guys, but these are the things I think about when I draw. Okay, now I'm going very big because this vase, shoot, it might as well be this size. I was actually in the mood to draw all yesterday and the day before, but I don't know what it is. There's this like friction when I want to draw. I just can't make myself do it. Like, I'm in a mood to draw, but instead I spend my time looking at other people's artwork or looking at ideas of what to draw, and then never actually do the drawing. Honestly, I think it's like a fear of failure or something. There's just this friction that won't let me draw. It's like you want to do something so bad and yet you just can't bring yourself to do it. I don't know if you guys experience that too. I find myself thinking about drawing more than actually drawing. and I definitely need to change that. I do want to draw a lot more. I'm actually considering drawing in my commonplace book a lot more as well, instead of just using stickers, to actually draw some of the artwork too. At least for entries that aren't specifically talking about, you know, specific paintings or pieces of art. If it's just the mood I'm going for, I can also get that same mood drawing. I guess the only thing stopping me there is just the time, because drawings take way more time than sticker making for me. I could design some stickers and print them out in 15 minutes. But drawing, yeah, no, that's not 15 minutes. That's going to be at least an hour because I'm so slow at it. Another thing I want to get better at. Circle shape in it. I'm not sure how I'm going to depict that with markers yet, but I'll figure out a way. These also have some really cool textures that I want to capture. Denoting my specular highlights here. Since it is glass, it's got highlights. This one, not so much. Although I could add specular highlights to make it look more glossy. But it's not a gloss material, so. There's almost like this star shape in the middle. But it's so old and worn down that you can't make it out perfectly. So when I draw this, I'll have to make sure it's not perfect. Okay. 2 sketches down. So I have room for text here, here. I wonder if I should draw something here and then have text here so I can have 3 things. Okay, I have a little one I can draw here. This was thrown to choose a letter at random. And when I write about these, I'll tell you more about the details of them. Let's do the fun part, coloring in these. I need my handy dandy swatch sheet. So I'm looking for some terracotta colors. It's very red, but also that will work. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, that's gonna work too. It's very light pink. Not sure about that one. Maybe those ones. What are these ones? Yes, that'll be good for shadows. Okay, what about some of these over here? Ooh, I like that. That'll be good for shadow. Okay, let me group my shadow ones together. What is this one? This one's like a beigey color. Actually, that'll come in handy for some parts of it. And there's this like yellow section. Maybe this one. Okay, yes. I feel like I need some more yellowy ones for this section too. What is this? Ooh, yeah, that's the yellowy one I was looking for. Okay. So, how should I approach this? Should I do dark to light to dark? I have options here since these are acrylic. I feel like I should approach it light to dark. Maybe I'll do that. Light section over here. Then it's got this yellowy, which stops at about this point. Then we've got this like pink, light pink area, and actually that light pink over here might be what I need. Okay, let's do that. So those are my lights. Maybe just a little more up. Let's bring this up. And now to separate these two sections from each other. Maybe this. So I can shadow over here. Then this. And the references has some bounce light of the gray backdrop bouncing back onto it, so it's this cooler color. I might add in some like purple to make it more cool. I guess I'm going for cooler shadows and warmer midtones, maybe warmer highlights as well. This is like red. I'm going to put this over here for now because I don't know if I want to use that. Maybe I'll use this and then go over it with another color. And sometimes I get lost in the rendering part that I forget to ask myself, you know, what do I want this to look like? Like, what do I want this to look like, not what it actually looks like. And so I have to stop and ask myself in my head, what do I want this to look like? Not just, what does this look like? Maybe I'll just bring this all the way over and then go over with a darker color. This has this glaze on it, or dirt or something, but it is darker over here. Then it lightens up over here to maybe this. Then it really lightens up. while it's still wet, I can kind of like blend these together. I have to be careful to wipe the tip after I'm done though, so I don't bring that color in places where I don't want it. There we go. Mixing these colors together. I almost want to bring this pure red over here. Now I'm just coloring on vibes. I feel like I need more oranges to make it more terracotta. Maybe if I bring in an orange right now, I can start mixing while it's wet. There we go. I'm trying to bring in this texture of this too. It's like not smooth. It's got like bumps and stuff everywhere. So I'm trying to bring in that texture. And then this white border I'm leaving here, I'm doing that so I could bring in, I think I want to bring in either red or orange, maybe orange. Let's see what this looks like. Now I feel like I just need to lighten things up in general. Sometimes I'll do that, just smear with my finger. I feel like that was what was not working for me. It just felt too dark and not terracotta-like. Even still, it's not really giving terracotta vibes. I think I need to like warm this up in general. Make it more orangey maybe. I feel like I lost my line here. Kind of lost the form of it. These are all the little parts where it kind of chipped away. Now I'm deciding if I outline them. The only thing about outlining is it flattens it, so do I want to flatten it? I still feel like that part is a little dark. With red, slightly lighten and warm it up. It's giving more pink than terracotta, but it's okay because this is what I see it as. Let me rotate this. It's easier to get straight lines when you're going up and down versus side to side. I feel like it needs a more realistic shadow to ground it, to place it into reality. Occlusion shadow here. Maybe I'll quit messing with that one for now and go to the next one. This one is dealing with more greens and yellows, so I feel like this color here is going to be perfect for it. Yep, I'm gonna need this one. Probably gonna need some actual yellows too. Maybe. Oh yeah, definitely that one. And then that one will come in handy. Let's start with these for now. Definitely this one for the star shape. It's like slightly surrounded by a darker green, but maybe that's what this one is. I have to remind myself not to make sound effects because I usually do when I draw. A slightly darker green there, but almost like an olivey. What's this one? It's very gray. This very fresh green. Pastel. Okay, this is not olive. Or actually this more grayish one. That could work as well. I feel like a dark green actually would serve me better in that spot. Although now that olive green isn't as dark as I need it to be. It's okay. I'll just use this dark green as like subtle accents of dark. It's got these like indents in the glass that are raised up, so I'm trying to depict that. Kind of obscuring that flower a little bit so it's not so perfect. Then I know this is a specular highlight. This part's a little tricky because it's like a darker color like this. Maybe I'll just do this color. It's a little more saturated, but I think this will work well. need to work on my shadows a little more. Wow, I got into flow zone and forgot I was recording or even here. My bad. That happens. I get so sucked into it that I just forget that I exist. Forget that anything exists, even time. Something I love about drawing. One of the few things that can do that for me. Journaling included, although drawing even more so. Writing as well. Writing will do that. You just forget that you are even here. I feel like I need there's like these little spots of warm brown here. And then my little specular highlights, I think I want to do a very, very light yellow. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but my dog is snoring right now. My dogs are snoring and sighing. Hard life. Oop. Put my hand down too soon. Okay. I think that is the second one. And now the third one. This one is more like a teal color. This could be highlight. Yeah, okay. This is exactly the color I want over here. I feel like it needs to be darker. Oh, my dog. Okay, you have to be hearing that. I feel like this bottom one here is slightly more green, maybe. I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll see. Okay, I don't hate it. Now I feel like I need to incorporate green on that side. Do I do something lighter on that side? Maybe I lighten this one up. And then I do that color on the side because the sun, or the light source I mean, is hitting this plane straight on. So this is going to be the lightest plane of them all. And then I do, I think it's this one that I used. Yeah, okay. Then I do this one. And now I need to do the letters. I'm just collecting all of these colors. Goodness gracious. I'm only on like one side of the screen, my bad. Kind of make the letters look more like they're engraved using shadows. Okay, that definitely does not look like it's engraved. You know what? It is what it is. struggling to get that engraved look. I just don't think I'm nailing my shadows correctly. Make it less thick. Here we go. I think it's the color I'm using, honestly. What if I did? Looks a little better. But on those darker ones, I do need brown because these aren't dark enough. I almost need like gradation between each plane because it's not so harsh. Kind of softening that line. And then there's these little spots all over it, almost like textured spots. Over here, there is a faint hue of a letter. It's kind of like this chip at the top. Good enough. Here are those three. And now to put these back, okay, I'm just going to put these over here for now. And now for the journaling part. I've got my artifact stickers prepared. I printed out like 100 of these when I first made them, anticipating I'd need that many, but so far I've only needed 5. But I'm about to add a few more to this. And these stickers that I made, they're not actually from a label maker. They are a label maker font, but I know label makers are a lot bigger than this, and I wanted something really tiny, so I decided to just make it myself with some sticker paper. So it's going to be 7, and then it's going to be 8. So this one right here, my terracotta bowl. So this is from 1st century CE, and it is Roman in origin. And the description says bowls of this form are represented at Pompeii, the Roman city in Italy that was destroyed by the eruption of Vesuvius in AD 79. So these bowls are something found back in ancient Roman times. I guess I'll write the title first. Number 6 here. That was the first one. And so this one, I don't know if I mentioned this, but they are all Roman. So this one is a glass lentoid amphoriscos. Not sure if I said that right. And so amphoriscos are small two-handed vessels, obviously 2 handles, primarily used for storing and carrying valuable liquids such as perfumes, ointments, and scented oils. That makes sense why it has a design, and it's very pretty too. You'd want to carry your valuable things in something that is equally valuable and beautiful. And so this one was glass. I feel like I didn't capture the glass enough almost. I feel like I want to add some more specular highlights, just to get that glass effect. Really want to highlight the fact that it's glass. And glass is shiny. I think that added quite a bit more. And it also says that Amphoriscos is Greek for small amphora. The last one is, pulled up on my iPad, polyhedron inscribed with letters of the Greek alphabet. A number of polyhedra made in various materials are known from the Hellenistic and Roman periods. They may have been used in conjunction with an oracle inscribed on a pillar set up in a public space. The polyhedron was thrown in order to choose a letter at random. One consulted the inscription to find the matching letter and read the oracle's response. There would be 20 oracle messages, each beginning with a letter of the alphabet that corresponded to one side of the dice. So basically a fortune teller dice? That's interesting. Okay, this title is very long. Maybe I'll just go over here. Alright, and that is all there is room for. And so this is the entry in my library of forgotten artifacts. Which one is your favorite? Also, thank you so much for Arrtx for sending me these acrylic markers for review. Obviously, I love the brand. I have purchased so many of these markers from them with my own money. So when they reached out and asked if I wanted to try these, I said absolutely, and I enjoyed using these, and these work so well, layering, and I use this on my Midori MD paper, and you can see it doesn't bleed through. Sure, it wrinkles it a little bit, but you saw how much paint I used. They are great markers, and also they are really affordable, so that's how I've collected so many of them. And thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it.